Friends in Christ, Pastor Brian here. We are fully entering into the campaign season now. Political ads are starting to fill our various screens and airwaves with positive descriptions of candidates' lives and how they're just like us, or negative images of their opponents with ominous music, warnings of dire consequences if the other person is elected. Rather than being informative, I must admit I find it off-putting and tiresome. I'm disappointed that this is the extent of the great debate that is the hallmark of democracy. Now, while we don't always practice it well, as the church, we can offer a different way of engaging with one another over important issues where we disagree. We can model for our society what it might mean to live in community with one another around these differences. How do we do this? Well, first, we go into any conversation with the intent to connect with the person that we're talking to get to know something about them, to remind us that they're a person created in the image of God, beloved by God, that they are just like us. Next, we go into a conversation listening with the intent to speak back our partner's position to their satisfaction, to listen to understand where they're coming from and what they're saying, not listening to rebut them. Just this simple move can be a big help because then people are less likely to be on the defensive. They know that they've been heard and understood, even if not agreed with. Once we've done these things, then we can express where we're in agreement with them, the things that are common ground, even as we express without the personal attacks, the places where we differ. This is a place to be honest, which can be difficult for people to hear, but do so clearly showing that our fundamental connection to this person is still intact. Now, I get it. I understand that a true dialogue takes two willing people ready to engage in this way with each other. But I wonder what the result would be if we all at least tried to lead with this way of talking with others about difficult issues. I wonder how it might change the ways in which we disagree. How might it change the way in which we view those who believe differently from us? Would this lead us closer together, even in our disagreement? I'd invite you to join me in trying to improve our public discourse this election season, to live in this public way, our calling as followers of Jesus to love one another in word and in deed. Let us strive to keep our eighth commandment attitude towards others and view all that they do in the best possible light, to remind ourselves that the people we disagree with are also created in the image of God and deserve love and respect for that reason alone, even when we fundamentally disagree. Let's keep those things in mind. And perhaps in this small way, we might improve not only our own lives, but that of our nation. God's blessings.